morning. This is Francesco Abbruzzino with the Venice Scoop, covering the latest news for Venice, Northport, and Englewood. As you notice, I have the new mic today, so hopefully you can hear a lot better. Today is November 7th, and it is a Thursday. We'll start off with a posting by Lynn, which covers the access road in front of Venice High School and Venice Elementary School. She works at a business there, and they've noticed a lot of speeding up and down that road again once school started up, and she's got a call out there for more police patrols. I do pick up my daughter there, and we leave, and I noticed yesterday when we were leaving, there were three police officers down, or three police cars down at the Walgreens there at the light. None were down at the other end, which I actually drive that access road. Perhaps they could move one down there if there is an issue with kids that are taking off and speeding like crazy. I don't know if it's kids. I don't know if it's parents. I'm not sure who it is. Sheriff Knight sat down with the mayor and city council to discuss closing down the South County holding facility. He states that it'll save $1 million a month and that they're only averaging about 7 arrests a day there, and the majority of those are not from the sheriff's office. My only concern is if he shuts that down and he says he's going to hire on more sheriffs or department, deputies. Does that mean for our area or for north of us, which is a concern? VPD, another issue is VPD is going to have to hire more officers, and there's going to be additional costs for city residents in Northport and Venice. So, it's something I just don't know what my decision is on it. The judge, I'll make a decision once I hear some more information. I'm not sure my decision really matters because I think it's a thing where the sheriff can say, this is what we're doing, take it or leave it. Sarasota County Traffic will be upgrading the traffic signals along 41 on November 11th, and they wanted to let everyone know there will be lane closures, so you're encouraged to avoid that area. Let's see. A couple other city council actions yesterday. They were looking at Hamilton. There's a building called the Hamilton Building. They came in and said, look, we want to get rid of our property. We'll give you first dibs. They said, fine, let's get a rough estimate of what it would cost. And then there was some talk of the mayor tying it to a garage. That's a gray area. Well, instead of going out and looking at it and saying, okay, coming back and saying, okay, yeah, it might cost us $1 million. The city manager went out and got 2 appraisals, and $7,000 later, he's like, here's what we're looking at, $1 million some odd dollars. Well, a couple councilmen were pretty upset that it cost $7,000, that it had gone that far. And then once they put it to a vote, everybody rejected the idea except for the mayor. He was a lone vote saying yes on that one. Fisherman's Wharf new owner, I guess he's got a great working relationship with Harbor Lights, which the previous owner did not have. And they only want to approve the existing 32-slip float that's out there on the dock. They don't want to extend it like the previous owner wanted to, and that was one of the more contentious issues. So the council voted in favor of it, 6-1, and they're moving forward. This is a vote 4-3 on the Wrangling Brothers Barnum Bailey Circus getting listed in the National Registry. One of the people against it was Bob Daniels. He said that designation could steer away developers. So Bob's looking at, hey, I want to get more revenue in here and get some people, developers, condos, whatever he's thinking of. I have no idea. One thing that surprised me on a 5-2 vote, and I'm not sure of the two that dissented against this, but they approved an agreement to negotiate with the union to award severance pay to the police dispatchers who are losing their job for moving it from the VPD to the county dispatching. I could have sworn that the mayor and some other people said that they would not lose their job. I think it was on an email to me, and that they were just being moved around and transitioned over to different city positions. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, so I was a little surprised with that. Patriots Park. We put up a thread yesterday. An individual, Chad Sizemore, I think it is, went out there and took some pictures of the marble cracking, the spelling error still on there, and some other issues where it just was not being maintained. It's a city property. The county maintains it. He was just a little disturbed that, you got these memorials out to all these patriots and that it's not being taken care of, which is a genuine concern. Ryan Ladd This is an individual. I posted yesterday. He just released out of jail, moving on around Center Road. He's a sexual offender. Um, a lot of people are concerned that he's so close to the Y and to the Garden Elementary there. I think his cousin came on and said that he was framed, and some people were like, framed, set up. How could this be wrongly convicted? He was caught with the pictures on him. Blah blah blah. Um, if you want to see his face and just make sure you're aware of this individual, it is on the Venice Scoop. Vets Day. The Venice City Council will be closed. All government offices basically closed. Garbage, recycling, and yard waste will be picked up as usual. There was an article. I think it was by Del White in the Herald covering Seaboard and the Venice City Council's idea to change that. I think it's actually the mayor's vision that was started. A lot of people came on saying, "Oh yeah, this is great. This is great," and I think it would be great. I think having a Riverwalk type area would be awesome for Venice. But the problem is where would the businesses go? I hear about out by 75. Well, how much are we going to pay for that property? Is the city going to pay? Is the city going to help the businesses to relocate? How much is that going to cost? How much is it going to cost to tear all that stuff down and renovate it? When will I get the return on my dollars as a resident of Venice? It's not an easy feat, and there's going to be a lot of money involved. You know, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a grand idea. I just think people sometimes realize how much is involved in making a decision like that and how long it will take. It's just some food for thought. Englewood, an East Englewood woman, elderly woman. Somebody broke into her house in the middle of the night, and she grabbed a knife that she had stashed in her chair because she's had some previous burglaries, and she stabbed the man in the abdomen and foot. I guess he will not be going near her place anymore. Bravo to her. Also, this one is in Englewood. It impacts all of us as Sarasota County residents. This county wants more beach access out of Minnesota. So what are they doing? They're putting down $2.5 million to buy, I think it was like 1.25 acres of beachfront property. I don't know if that's what I want my tax dollars going towards. I think there's enough beach access in this county, in the South County area. I don't know if we need to put out that money to get more. What say you? Northport, Warm Mineral Springs. The Sarasota County Commissioners are voicing concerns with the city of Northport and how they're handling the whole saga. One commissioner went as far as saying that until there's change in the city election, nothing will get done. So there's some issues there over at Warm Mineral. This is for Englewood, Northport, Venice, Nokomis, all the South County. They need literacy volunteers at South Sarasota County to help tutor adults that want to improve their reading skills and learn to speak English. In Venice, Englewood, Nokomis, Laurel, and Osprey, if you're interested in volunteering, you can call 488-8994. In Northport, if you're interested in volunteering, you can just call 861. Okay, that's it for the news. Let's go over to the weather. Today, it's going to be a high of 86, a low of 63, and sunny. The cold front starts to move through tomorrow, and they're expecting drier air to come in. Temperatures will remain about the same, so nothing really exciting happening there on the weather front. Sports, I have nothing for you. Sorry, folks. Let's go to events. This one, I don't know where I stand on. I'm not sure the county or our library system should be playing matchmaker. Are you single, 25 to 45, and like to read? Jack Randall Library is offering speed dating programs for book lovers on November 20th from 6 to 8. I don't know, Venice. What say you on this one? Melissa Harris fights cancer fundraiser. I put something up there yesterday about the fundraiser. She's out of Northport. It's going to be on November 17th. And if you need any information, it's on the Northport and the Venice Scoop. Okay, now final thought from Frank Abbruzzino. And this is on a lot of my postings, guys. Generally, I don't give my thoughts on there. I will just post the information. Anything that's related to Venice, good and bad. Sometimes there's bad. Generally, it will VPD. I put a lot of good stuff on there. Yesterday, I put a bad thing about the one officer that was had some sexual harassment on the job issues. Same with volleyball. I donated to the volleyball team. I helped get their class rings last year. I put out good articles. I put out one negative article that somebody was stating out there, and next thing I know is Frank Abbruzzino hates volleyball. I never said that. I don't hate the volleyball program. In my mind, if there's a negative news out there, it's better to put it out to the public. The public can see it, and you can squash this rumor. With volleyball, the rumor was that that Coach Wheatley was out there actively recruiting, blah blah blah, because one Venice Senior High School girl lost her position. Well, they came on and said no, that wasn't true. It was investigated by and basically squashed that rumor. So now it's no longer a rumor, and we can go on to the next thing. And that's basically my thought process in putting stuff out there. I don't always agree with it. Just because I put it out there doesn't mean Frank hates police officers because I put out about a cop speeding down the road and having a DUI. Until you see me in comments saying I hate a police officer or I hate volleyball players or let's do this or that, let's not jump the gun, folks. And that's it. This is Francesco Abbruzzino with the Venice Scoop. And everybody have a great day. Ciao to